If what you want is high class and what you want is famous, then what you want is what is showing at DeAundra Peak's High Class Hall of Fame Theater, located in the newly redecorated community room at Odom's all double-wide mobile home courts, where Duffa Odom is standing right now.
Good evening. Welcome to DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater, where you will see some of the most high-classiest theatrical productions that you would ever see on television. See our beautiful set. This is courtesy of our interior decoratress, Ms. Maxine Odom, and she's done a wonderful job decorating. This whole place is done up in velvet and sparklers and portraits of your favorite stars. It's Miss DeAundra Peak herself, who is the star of DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater. And now tonight, as you will see every time DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater is presented to you on your television, we like to open our show with one of the high-classiest, high-style entertainers you'd ever see on television anywhere, Mr. Michael West. And here he is right here on DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater.
Come on in and take a look if you dare. Let the fun begin, it's time to bouffant my hair. The excitement never fails, now that Pee-wee's hot as nails. It's wacky with Pee-wee Merman.
I'll get it! I'll get it! I'll keep your pants on, I'm coming. Say, boys and gals, it's a postcard from one of my pen pals, Cole Potter. Let's see what it says. Dear Pee-wee Merman, I'm a worthless check, a total wreck, a flop. But at Pee-wee on the bottom, you're the top. I know you are, but what am I?
There's some wacky playbills suitable for framing. From a list of Broadway shows too numerous for naming. He's wearing Pee-wee's tight gray suit and Merman's teased auburn hair to boot. Don't call me madam, just call me Pee-wee.
Today's secret word is Broadway. Now you all know what to do. For the rest of the day, when anybody says Broadway, scream real loud, like this.
Come along with him, singing I got rhythm, riding on his coaster bike. I got bikey, who could ask for anything more? He settles in for viewing to watch the undoing of another Broadway queen. Time for celebration, cause on the same station, my favorite Martin's on the TV screen. Stay with Pee-wee Merman and you'll see what I mean.
What do you mean Broadway never comes up in day-to-day conversations? Of course it does. Watch this. Say, tell me, I knew this broad back in Astoria who was so fat, she broke every chair she ever sat in.
Oh, really? How much did the broad weigh?
Broadway,
Get out of bed, there'll be no more napping. Wake up, when Pee-wee's crossed with Merman, anything can happen. And so I'm giving you fair warning, it's gonna be that kind of morning for playing Dolly. And Annie Oakley.
Terry! Oh, gee, Terry, it was an accident. Hell, it could have happened to anybody. Say, you know, that reminds me, this very same thing happened once with Mary Martin. I was doing Annie Get Your Gun, and Mary was a couple of blocks over doing Peter Pan. Well, I don't know, one matinee, I guess Mary got a little carried away during her I'm Flying number. So anyway, I'm about to belt out, you can't get a man with a gun. and I look up and there goes Mary flying by. Well, what could I do? I blew her butt out of the sky. I mean, that's one of my biggest numbers. Gee, I think the bird has bought the farm.
And doing gypsy with Pee Wee Merman.
A bunch of things that what they say and what it turns out to be is not the same, but I ain't gonna talk to y'all about that now. I'm gonna try to do the news. Ruth Henley, who's a nurse for 44 years, died Wednesday a week ago, and ain't nobody said why, so I reckon it was just old age. That's another one of the things they got me doing. I got to turn around whenever they tell me to. Karen Carpenter's anorexia finally give her a heart attack. Anorexia is the same disease that my sorry sister LaShonda has. It makes her spit a whole bunch of food up right after she eats it, and then she goes back and eats some more and spits out of it. Well, Karen Carpenter had had this disease for a long time, but it didn't work on her because she still looked kind of hippie even after she had been not eating for about 6, 7 years or something. Richard Dreyfuss, who was in a whole bunch of movies and wasn't none of them good if you ask me, says God told him to stop taking cocaine. He was arrested for it. Now he's probably going to have to become a born-again Christian and be on the Dick Cavett show, so y'all be sure and keep watching it. Nancy Reagan made the president, who's still Ronald Reagan, eat cake on television. He didn't want to do it, and they wouldn't tell us if he has diabetes or what, but he had to eat it anyway. And Ted Rubenstein, who y'all have probably seen on this show, has got a bunch of stickers like this. And he's been taking them around to every grocery store in town, putting them on all the food, and the government thinks probably that's why the prices has been going down. Starting tonight, we're going to be having recipes. And these recipes is supposed to be something that a regular person can make in their kitchen. Now this first one we're going to have tonight, I have made it and it tastes real good. It's kind of like a casserole that you can have if you're going to have company or something. It's called potted meat casserole. I'm going to show y'all what the ingredients for the recipe, and y'all can copy them down now, or you can write us and ask us and we'll tell you the address in a minute. You take a big can of potted meat and mix up a half a cup of pickle relish and some mayonnaise in it. Then you put a can of mixed vegetables and a can of that macaroni and cheese stuff and stir it up real good. Set it in the oven for a half hour. If you want to get real fancy, you can mash up some saltines and put that on top of it. When you take it out of the oven, it'll be real soft, so if you have like old people in the family and little children, they can eat it all right. Now it's time for the Impetigo report. Am I supposed to turn around for that too? What? What? I don't understand none of that mess. What? I'm gonna have to turn around again. This is supposed to be the Impetigo report. South Fulton County has had a mess of it. And that was last month. Most of them have still got it down there. Clayton County hadn't had much except in Riverdale. Of course, that's been eat up with since Christmas. Rockdale and Gwinnett has it mostly in the mobile home, portable structure communities. South DeKalb and Fayette County has got rid of most of theirs, and of course, nothing changed in Cobb. What? Oh, Lord. All right, now we're gonna have the weather. Y'all can see weather's still been pretty wet. Well, that's about all news.
And now DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater proudly presents the one and only one that you've been waiting for, a star of our High Class Hall of Fame Theater and founder. Here she is once again, Miss DeAundra Peak.
Yay! Thank y'all. Well, I got my new dress down at the Safeway closeout sale, and I'm ready to sing this here song by the Pet Shop Boys. What have I done to deserve this? You know what? They got their sound from them Pop-Tarts. Y'all know that. You always was waiting for the song to start. You always looking for money, whoa, but you didn't find it. What are you doing downtown, baby? Oh, you shouldn't be hanging out there. How am I gonna get through? I did come here looking for money, but you know what? They didn't have none down there. They didn't even have biners down there. How am I gonna get through? How am I gonna get through?
I bought you drinks, I brought you flowers, I read your books and talked for hours. Every day some.
You hear what this sounds like? Doesn't this sound like them Pop Tarts to you all? That's right. What have I done to deserve this? What have I done to deserve this? Since you went away. Since you went away, oh, I've been hanging around. I've been wondering why I'm feeling down. You went away. Oh, it should make me feel better, but I don't know why. How I'm gonna get through. How I'm gonna get through. And now, we're going to have a special marching segment of the song, and I think I'm going to have some special help from Duffy Odom to do this here marching. And Candy Suntop, and if y'all want to march at home, y'all can march at home. Because we want to know how we're going to get through. That's right, y'all. Keep it in formation. Okay, y'all. You ready? What have I done to deserve this? What have I done to deserve this? A bright face. Oh, you've been hanging around. You've been wondering why I'm feeling down. You went away. Oh, it made me feel better, but I don't know how I'm gonna get through. Left face. How I'm gonna get through. Right face. How I'm gonna get through. How I'm gonna get through. Keep on marching at home, y'all. Yeah! I love doing that song, but you know what?
Yeah.
Them Pet Shop Boys has learned everything they know from them Pop-Tarts.
I
and
know
you all
that's
know
right.
that. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, we've got some what is high class and what ain't high class right here. As you can see, Miss Candy Suntop has got an example of what ain't high class. That's one of them scented stick-up things or whatever they call them, a push-up, stick-up type thing. Whatever. You put it up someplace and it smells kind of funny. You could put it up, underneath the hood of your stove in your trailer, and you know what? That thing would melt down. Well, and Duff Odom is holding on to the new style deodorizer for your home. It's what you call a simmering pot party. And it's got all kinds of wonderful natural scents in it and stuff. And they supposed to burn. Duff Odom, you ain't supposed to eat on that. Put that back in there. That's supposed to for you to smell on. Put that down. That ain't something you can eat. They ain't nothing but a bunch of leaves and stuff from out the yard.
Smell of it.
You just supposed to smell it. You ain't supposed to eat it.
Smells good
Well,
enough
now,
to eat.
see, that's a real high class style room deodorizer, but it don't make a real high class food.
Hot
So y'all
dog.
ain't supposed to be eating none of that stuff. Now look at here, y'all. We're going to go on to the next segment of the show, and y'all know what that is?
No?
It's the Nelson segment, where we showcase a video by sweet Nelson Sullivan from New York City. And the video we got coming up is what, y'all? Delight. That's right. It's a video of Delight. Y'all ain't never seen before. Y'all are going to love it. It's real high class. About as high class as you can get. So we're going to watch that here on DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater. boy, wasn't that a high-class experience there?
Sure was.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, now, this segment of the show, what we're going to do now is our regular weekly feature of the High Class Hall of Fames, where we're going to show you fames from all periods of history and up to the present who has made the Hall of Fame for one reason or another. And usually it's on account of because they've got underpinning and stuff in their trailer at Odom's before anybody else does or something. So right now we've got Brittany Latrell Odom Fane right there.
This is the first Brittany in the Fane family, and this is reproduced Xerox from a very, very old, valuable photograph that's even lost now. Nobody really knows who she is.
She was, legend has it in the Fane legends that she's the daughter of Lester and Darlene Fane, who done moved in from Fairburn someplace, but they wasn't quite sure.
They think she's named Brittany because they came over from Brittany.
Okay, and then Candy has got a picture over there, a Dupree Ed Fane, right there. Now see, that was a lady. Dupree Ed was a lady, but she was named after her peepaw, so that's how come they called her Dupree Ed. Right.
Them's the other Dupree Fane.
She was the first of the Fanes to be wearing
Fane.
braces back in them days when they was experimental and stuff. So y'all can see what it did for her. It gave her a real nice smile. Duff Odom has got a picture right now. Mr. Eric Ray Fane and Ronnie Dean Roy Fane.
He was these both war heroes.
Right there, y'all can see how they's got patches over those eyes on account of because both of them lost them in the war when they went out on a what they call them, the reconnaissance trips.
Nouvers.
They went on Nouvers.
For
a can of ironers for everybody down there and the bunker, and
something
terrible happened to them. Now, right now, what we've got is Candy coming up with a mother and daughter pair. That's Glistine Irma Fane right there, and her daughter Glistine Irma Fane.
When there's both babies.
Now, the first Glistine Irma spells her name with an E, and the second Glistine spells her name with an I, so they could tell each other apart. As you can see, they look a whole lot alike when they're little old babies. Now look here, y'all. We got the, what does we got coming up next, y'all? We got the Teenage Music Club coming up next. That's right. It's a musical segment, and this particular musical segment is starring who, y'all?
Yay.
Mr. Ralph Bailey. Yay! Y'all know him. He's big and famous, and we are so glad to have him on our show.
He's high class.
Well, he ain't big, but he's
high.
He's high class and famous.
DeAundra's
DeAundra's High Class Hall of Fame Theater.
Big TV. And now that the end is near and I face that final curtain, my friends, I'll say it clear and I'll state my case, of which I am certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, oh, but much more than this, I did it my way. Well, regrets? Yes, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. I planned each chartered course, each careful step along that byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times I thought you knew, when I bit off a little more than I could chew. But through it all, though there was doubt, I gnawed that thing up and I spit it out. I stood small, I faced it all, 'cause I'm Ralph Bailey. And you know I've loved, I've lived, I've cried, I've had my fill and my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, why, I find it all so damn amusing to think that I did all that. And I must say, in not a shy way, oh no, not me, 'cause I'm Ralph Bailey. 'Cause what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he really feels, and not that stuff from folks who kneel. Well, the record shows I took the blows, 'cause I'm Ralph Bailey. Yes, thank you, Aunt Nancy, for this wonderful break into show business. I hope I can do the same thing for you today. And Viola, we love you too. Do it my way.
Yay! Wasn't that high class, y'all? Yay! Yay! Right now, we're going to do the recipe portion of our show, and we're going to do high class, fancy sweet Wiener squares. Now, these are so good. All you need is a little bit of gelatin right here. We've got some special. We ain't supposed to use product names, but we're using a brand name here. And you pour some of that into your blender on a counter, because this is how you get it mixed up real good so that it really sets well down in the ice cube tray on a counter. Because what these are is these are special party treats for all your friends that come over. Okay, you put some of the gelatin down in there, and you take your Wiener, and you drop your couple of Wieners down in there. Ooh, look at that. Can y'all hear that? That sounds so good. That sounds like a good Wiener there. Okay, Candy, now what's the next ingredient? This is what you call the binding agent right now. You add some sweet pickle juice to this, and that makes all the Wieners and the Jell-O mix up real good. That's a good amount, Candy. Yay, what do you think, Duffy?
Looks delicious so far.
Yay, turn on the blender. Hey, now isn't that great? Yay! And now Candy's got it all mixed up, and she's going to show y'all what you do next. You spoon it out into your ice cube tray, and then what happens is it sets when you put it in the refrigerator. Look at that. Okay, and now what you do is put, Duff Odom's going to demonstrate how you make it a party special flavor. You put your toothpick in it, and then when it's all hardened up and stuff, you can take it right out. Now, we've got a sample one right here all pre-prepared that's all ready for Duff Odom to taste. Look at that.
That looks good.
I bet you Candy wishes that she could have one of them high-class, sweet, fancy style Wiener squares, don't you, Candy? Yay! Okay, y'all, now, coming up next, we're going to do the movie that y'all have been waiting to see. This is another portion of that wonderful film, The Perimeter, by Mr. Teddy Rubenstein. Yay! And this is a movie all about them riding around the perimeter, and they're looking out for them all. And hopefully one of these days they're going to find it. And look for that coming up now on DeAundra's
Class Hall of Fame. Don't count the wheels, count that sign. How many? Happily. Happily.
I think.
Happy Dale.
Is that how they say it? I think.
What?
I think.
Happy Dale? You're confusing me. Do you know that? You're trying to confuse me?
I'm trying to learn how to talk like these people here so they'll understand us next time we stop because they obviously
They'll never
not
understand it. There's nothing you can do.
They obviously not understand us because they did not give us directions properly. And if I had talked like they did, maybe they would be able to understand me.
Yeah, but when they give you directions, how are you going to understand them?
I don't know. I'll try to.
There's Happy Dale again and Atlanta. Atlanta. Only. There goes Atlanta. Over there. Hello, Atlanta.
Turn around. We got to turn around.
You can't turn around. Now there it goes around.
No, that goes into.
And if you want to, you can write to DeAundra, and she would love to hear from you, but don't use too many big words. P.O. Box 54472, Atlanta, Georgia 30308. And DeAundra's going to write you.